wealthiness or poorness is not a measurement to determine whether someone is upon goodness or not, whether Allah loves a person or not. It is not the measuring stick. The characteristics or the traits of being wealthy or poor is never and will never be or had never been a measuring stick to determine whether Allah loves a servant or not. For indeed, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the most beloved creation to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he was not wealthy. He was not wealthy. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And months passed by where there was nothing to cook inside his house, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And this is the most beloved person to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, while we have from the most hated person to Allah, one of the biggest enemies to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Fir'aun. He was given to him the pleasures of the worldly life, everything in wealth, he had it. And this is the most biggest of enemies to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Likewise, we do not say that just because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was not wealthy, this will mean that everyone who is not wealthy will be beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is not the case as well. There are those whom are not favored with the worldly wealth, and at the same time they are enemies to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we have the opposite of them, the ones that are wealthy, and they are at the same time from the beloved individuals to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, such as Sulaiman alayhi salam. It was opened for him the worldly pleasures from the worldly wealth, and from the companions as well. Abdurrahman ibn Auf, Uthman ibn Affan, radiyallahu anhum ajma'in, they will form the wealthy companions. Now, some of the researchers, they took the effort of counting the wealth of Uthman and Abdurrahman ibn Auf to see how much they are worth in our present time, and some of them had even reached the wealth to even billions of dollars. Naam. And so, barakallahu fikum, they are well pleased to Allah and they are wealthy, radiyallahu anhum ajma'in. Therefore, we take this as a point that wealthiness or poorness is never and will never be a measuring stick to whether Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves a person or not. Rather, it is wealthiness while being grateful to Allah and using the wealth in the cause of Allah, and poorness while being patient with what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decreed. This is those whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves. Naam, so it is in need of extra conditions or extra traits to know whether Allah loves a person or not, and not just through the wealth or through the poorness of a person.